What's up? What's up? We're back for day 3. What we're trying to do today, we're gonna try and get 100 push-ups in one workout. Okay. And we're also going to go through 4 stretches. So we're gonna superset the stretch with the push-up. Stretch, push-up. Stretch, push-up. 4 stretches, 4 sets of push-ups. So that means we're gonna go for 25 push-ups in each set. All right. And remember, again, on these push-ups, this is the goal. The goal is to make sure we keep our hips straight. All right. We can see the hips here. Straight hips means that there's a straight line between the lower back and the hamstrings, right? Like a plank. Don't want to be like this doing the push-ups. Don't want to be like this doing the push-ups. You want to stay straight. All right. Same thing if we're on our knees. On our knees, we still got to do straight hips. All right. All the way through, keep the hips straight. That's what you should be thinking about. And if we choose to use the wall to do our push-ups, all right, same thing. Don't want to be on the wall like this or like this. Got to keep the hips straight. All right. And this is just fine. You can do push-ups like this. 25 of these is good if that's where you're at. Okay? All right. So that's the push-ups. The first stretch we're going to do is called the wall split. All right. This is start by scooting all the way up to the wall. So my right hip is up against the wall. Once I get that far, now I can get on my back. All right. Now I'm on my back. I'm going to split my legs across the wall. Okay. So now we're in the wall split position. Our butt cheeks are as close to the wall as we can get them because we started out that way. And we're just going to stay here for 5 minutes. All right. Practice your deep breathing while you're in the stretch. Once you can master it while you're still, then you can practice actually maintaining this deep breathing while you're doing more challenging movements. Okay? So a wall split. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes. So you're going to want to get a timer. And you're going to set that timer, or you start your music and you play a couple of songs, and 5 minutes will pass. Okay? The legs are going to fall open naturally, and we're stretching the inner thigh muscle. Stretching the inner thigh muscle. There's a couple of them that run down from the bone to the knee, and we want to lengthen those muscles, and that is part of the unpullable ground. Wall split is an excellent exercise to add into your routine. Today I'm going to take you through all of the major beginning stretches. We have wall split, we got butterfly, we got frog, and there's one called stretch your back on the ball. Okay? We're going to stretch our back on the ball. That is going to require some equipment. You're going to have to get a large yoga ball. We'll get a big yoga ball on Amazon, as big as we can find. I forget what the centimeter circumference is, but go look for the biggest ball you can find. Even if you get the second biggest ball that's available, it still is big enough. But just get the biggest ball you can find, and we're going to use that to stretch our back and to do some ab routines as well. Alright, so that, like I said, we need minimal equipment, but we do need some equipment, especially when we talk about stretching our back. It's so important because if you have an old back, you have an old body. Doesn't matter what your age is. If your back is old, your whole body is old. If your back is young and flexible, then your whole body becomes young and flexible. Alright? You really only just opens your back. As we get time passes and these legs start to do stretch out, you can press your knees into the wall to accentuate the stretch. You can slowly start to let your legs slide down little by little. And just breathe into the stretch, right? Is it a little uncomfortable? Yes, of course it is. No pain, no gain. And this is what we need to get that athletic fitness goal that we're trying to reach, and flexibility. All right, 5 minutes. I don't know if it's been 5 minutes, but I'm gonna go through the push-ups with you and get to the next stretch. The push-ups now. All right, 25 push-ups. Yesterday, I didn't pay much attention to how you did the push-ups. Today, I'm gonna give you some more tips on the proper kind of push-up that we're looking for. You remember straight hips, right? Straight hips. Those hips are pretty straight. The hands now. The hands are going to be right under our shoulders, okay? Try and line your hands up with your shoulders, and that might be a little bit different for you. You might feel more comfortable with your hands outside, but that's going to bring us to this position, and it's not going to engage the core and lower back the way that we need it to. So hands right under the shoulders, okay? And so that means our elbows are really going to brush up against our body when we're doing our push-up. And that's how we know we're doing the correct form. All right. See my elbows very close to my body. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is frog. All right. Now, this is not a comfortable exercise, but it is very beneficial, and it is one of the 3 exercises I told you that you need to create that unpullable groin. This is also a great exercise to relieve lower back pain. All right. And it's easy to do. As you can see, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of get in this splayed position, let my knees slide apart. All right. And you can start here with your hands on the ground. You can start here with your elbows on the ground. And what you want to do as you're sitting here in your frog position is just rock those hips forward, rock those hips back. Okay, rock them forward, rock them back, and we're going to stretch those inner groin muscles. All right. And then when we get comfortable there, now we can come up, balance that weight on top of the hips, balance our upper body weight on top of the hips, and really allow that groin to relax as we breathe. And we get deeper into the stretch, okay? And we try and sit down. See if we can sit down. And that is difficult. And maybe if I move my feet closer together, then it becomes a little bit easier for me to sit, okay? And the further apart we move our feet, the harder it should become to sit. So now you can see my feet in the back. Okay, I'm lifting my feet a little bit. That's another thing that you can do while you're in the frog. And that's gonna help strengthen those hip flexors a little bit. Okay, it's helping our hip flexibility. I can feel that my left hip is tighter than my right hip. Okay, and these are things that we work. We're here in the frog for 5 minutes. Okay, so it really is a benefit for you to explore all of these spaces while we're here. But we working on that groin flexibility. And when we get really comfortable and we're ready to endure some pain, you can take the hands off of the hips and put them on the head. Let's get 10 deep breaths here. All right. Okay, so that's frog. We got a couple more stretches to get into. So after we get our 5 minutes, now we go back to our push-ups. All right, here we go. And remember, we're going straight back, hands under the shoulders, and we're going to try and keep those elbows close to the body. We don't really want our elbows out here. We want the elbows to come straight down, okay? It's helping our core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. All right, now if we start out in the ground position and we get too weak to keep going, it becomes too difficult, then you can regress the movement, okay? And now we're gonna finish on our knees for the last 5. Still want the hips straight as possible. Still don't want the elbows flaring out. We want the elbows to go down towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, perfect. Okay, now we're back again. This is the one that we did yesterday, okay? We're in butterfly. Butterfly, we're just gonna make sure our back is braced against the wall so we have leverage to let our knees fall, okay? If you try to do the butterfly without your back against the wall, then you're gonna feel extra tension for you to, it's not really gonna allow you to let your knees fall naturally, okay? Now, you might be able to do butterfly without the wall, but to actually sit there for 5 minutes, the wall is going to help you relax enough to let the knees fall open and let us get that slow stretch on those groin muscles. So it's the way I was taught by Master Shin. It's the way that I'm teaching you. Brace your back against the wall. All right. So the funny thing is, like, there's so many different ways to exercise. Even doing the same exercise with a different philosophy can have different results. Doesn't mean that one is better than the other. Sometimes it does, but this is our philosophy here in the AW Fitness Club, and this was taught to me by a martial arts master. And this form of martial arts that we are practicing is called Aikido, and it means big vitality path. Big vitality path. All right, so your vitality is your inner energy. Your vitality is your life force. And this big life force path, big vitality path, my Shifu, he said it this way. He said he calls it your ki. Your vitality is your ki, QI. And he says the ki is of the body and the body is of the mind. And the mind controls both the body and the ki. All right, so it's this sort of idea that your life force is something inside your body, and it is something that you can control. It's something that you can cultivate, something that you can grow, and it's something that you could use, right? And this exercise is helping you to grow and cultivate and use that inner energy, that life force, that key energy. Okay? So, as we go on, I'm going to I'll try to instruct less and talk more, or talk more and instruct less. Just depends on if we've seen this movement before or not. And because we've seen this yesterday, I'm now going to get out of the butterfly. I'm going to go get my next 20 push-ups, and we're going to move on to the last stretch. The last stretch is actually going to be stretch the back on the ball, as we were talking about before. So I'll show you how to stretch your back on the ball. And this is actually really, we should, if we could, we would start this every routine with stretch the back on the ball, right? Your back flexibility is so important. It's so important. And this is a great, easy way to go ahead and start working on that back flexibility, okay? It's also going to help your shoulder flexibility the way that we're on this ball, all right? So here we go. I'm coming up out of the butterfly. Ooh. And we're going to do our push-up, all right? Now here we go with our 25 push-ups, and we can do it any way we want to. We go on the floor, that's fine. On our knees is fine. On the wall is fine, as long as we keep our hips straight. Okay, straight hips, and hands under the shoulders. Elbows, we're going to try and twist those elbows towards our back and keep those elbows going straight towards the floor and not flaring out. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. This is our yoga ball. This is our yoga ball, and this is what we need to stretch our back. And it's also a great tool for a wicked ab series that we have coming in later on. Now, let me show you how to stretch your back on the ball. All right, love this exercise. This is great. If you get one of these balls, just look, stretch your back as much as you can. It's very relaxing. You're gonna make sure your legs are straight. You're gonna make sure your arms are straight. And we're just gonna sit here just like this and breathe, okay? 5 minutes. This is the last stretch in this series. Each stretch takes 5 minutes. So overall, 20 minutes on the stretch. And if you get 25 push-ups after each stretch, then you just did 100 push-ups, okay? Do not underplay the value of stretch. Like we talked about in our last routine, stretching helps you build as much strength and explosive power as does any other exercise. And this is because stretching like this, tension over time on a stretch, is the only effective way to create the micro tear in the ligament tissue, okay? The tendons and ligaments, they're very tough muscle tissue. So you have to stretch them long, stretch them over time, a significant period of time, for you to have any sort of muscle building effect in that kind of tough tissue, okay? Stretching. Those are the anchor points of the major muscle groups to the bone. So strong anchor means that the muscle is actually able to produce more energy. It's just like if you have a weak chain link, you have a big, strong, thick chain, but your chain link, one of the chain links is brittle. It is inflexible. It is not strong like the rest of the chain. The whole chain is worthless. The whole damn chain, you can throw it out, because with that one weak chain link, that one weak tendon, that one weak ligament, you're gonna have an injury, okay? You're not going to be able to load up that muscle with the amount of force that you think you're able to do. You know what I'm saying? So the stretching it's key. It's key. It's a major key to the athletic fitness that we're chasing. and you don't underplay the importance of this stretch. All right, cool. All right, it's enough talking. I don't know how long we've been, but you're supposed to go for 5 minutes, okay? After your 5 minutes, here we go. We get our last set of push-ups. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Now, guys, that's the end of today's routine. That should take you, I don't know, those push-ups, it took me seconds, you know what I'm saying? So 100 push-ups, how long is it going to take you? The stretches, we know it's going to take you 20 minutes. Can you get that 100 done in a couple minutes? Can you make this exercise less than 30 minutes? You can, that's excellent. But like I said, you don't got to push it too hard, right? If the regular push-ups is too hard, go to push-ups on your knees. Push-ups on your knees is too hard, go to push-ups on the wall. If this was too easy, then guess what? Just run through it again. Run through all the stretches again, run through all the push-ups again. And then you go for 40 minutes of stretch and 200 push-ups, okay? But we're getting back to this again tomorrow, right? And we building up little by little each day. Trust me, I built it in a way where you will be challenged. But this is day 1 of 90. It's a marathon, not a sprint, okay? Peace.